hopefully.
Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to PresentERs March 2026. Tonight we have Dr. Nida Husna, a professor of English education with over 30 years of teaching experience. Her research and publication focus on EFL pedagogy, extensive reading, critical thinking, assessment design, and research instrument development. She actively publishes in language education and conducts classroom-based research, experimenting with innovative strategies to evaluate effective teaching and learning practices. We are truly delighted to have her with us today to share her insights and experiences in extensive reading. I'm sure her presentation will give us both practical ideas and fresh inspirations. So please join me in giving a warm welcome to Dr. Nida Husna.
Oh, okay. Thank
Over.
you, Noriko. Hi, everyone. Sorry for my being late. Yeah, the night there and here is quite different, I guess. Okay. Yeah, so without further ado, may I know how long will it take? I mean, my presentation, my speech. How long should I present?
Noriko, you're on mute.
Sorry. You can use as much time as you need,
Oh,
and we will listen. And then after your presentation, we will all ask questions.
ow. All right. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Noriko, and thank you,
Okay.
everyone. Welcome to my presentation. Once again, I'm really sorry for being late and make you waiting for me. So, here actually, the presentation is about one of my, I will not say that this is a project, this is my curiosity rather than my curiosity. It comes from my curiosity, whether what happened actually in my extensive reading classes, because in my extensive reading classes, I gave them, several type of assessment, uh, just evidence actually, part of the evidence whether they have really read the material or not. Actually, this presentation have been presented in Teflon 2025. So, if you already have listened to this, sorry, just bear with that. Maybe Rob have read it. Yeah. Okay. So, one of the assignment in my excessive reading classes is they have to read novels and they have to present it. So, uh, yeah, during the presentation, they have to, the presenter will present storytelling actually. They have to retell the story from the novel, and then the audience, their friends, should asking question based on the story only. So they are not allowed to ask like, what do you think about the end of the story or something that related to opinion? Because if I really want them to really listen to their friend presentation. So the question should be related to the presentation and not going, anywhere. Yeah, something like that. So let's just start it. So this is critical and emotional engagement. Okay. Critical and emotional engagement in peer response to study represent in FL extensive reading classes, one of the requirement of their what is it, assignment. Yeah, they have to write the what is it? Novel review. Okay. Within the novel review, one of the requirement is they have to present their critical thinking. Even even included in their question, when they ask question, they should include the critical thinking also. Like, uh, they should not ask like, why John loved Mary. Yeah, that's really hard to answer. So why John loved Mary? Because you say that they usually become enemies, they hate each other, while all of a sudden they love each other. What are the trigger of their love or something like that? So they have to give background from the questions. And then the extensive reading program here in my university is actually it started from a very simple thought, yeah, like, you know because in Indonesia, English is for English as foreign language, so we don't usually use this language in our daily activities. So one of our lecturer concern is the lack of reading. It's really hard to make them read. So as a teacher, as a lecturer, we always ask, please read this. This is a good book for you. You have to read this part to help you, blah, blah, blah. But, they say yes, 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 but, well, yes, just yes. Yeah. So when we in class, have you read about this, blah, blah, blah? And they said, sorry, blah, blah. Oh, you know, just yes to make easy situation. Yeah. So, we try to do something here. So I propose that maybe I can make reading a kind of assignment that have evidence whether they have really read it or not. So here come the extensive reading. And one other the reason is, since English is we don't have enough occasion or chances to practice our English, so I have to create something that this is not only about reading but also to push other skills. So in our extensive reading we have reading, of course, and then also speaking, listening, and writing, so all in one. I remember in I forgot any year, but it was in Dubai at that time. Yeah, that was my first, first extensive reading World Congress. After several presentation, at the end, there come kind of term said it that there are so many types of extensive reading. Uh, one of them are integrated extensive reading, which integrate other skills, blah blah blah. I remember Rob who said that. I don't know whether Rob will remember that. That's engraved in my mind at the time. Wow, that's integrated extensive reading. So I try to make it. Yes, this is integrated extensive reading. This is not just about reading, but it also try to boost any other skills. Yeah. Well, I will to say that the vocabulary grammar will go without saying. They will go without saying, is maybe a little bit exaggerating, but to some extent there must be some additional vocabulary, lots of vocabulary actually. And then peer response to storytelling encourage both cognitive and affective engagement. So if we just ask our student to present, but do you have any question? Is something like that. I don't think there will be a lot of question. So I try to, give some incentive, yeah, incentive in terms of giving score, yeah, for them. So that it's have to be it part of formative assessment. The question is part of formative assessment, so they have to ask question. Since each student should present 2 times in one semester, and they have to receive 2 times, that means 6 questions. So each student should ask 6 questions. Yeah. So yeah, whenever they finish presentation, everybody will raise their hand to ask question because they have to fulfill the requirement. But that's quite interesting because even though it's become like being forced to do so, yeah, the question is pretty good. Yeah, it's really sometimes, yeah, we need to force our students, of course, yeah, to some extent only. Yeah, few studies have systematically examined this engagement, especially in EFL ER context. Actually, it's quite difficult for me to get the literature review about this because, especially the affective engagement part. Okay. Yeah, okay. And then the research question here, what type of, wait, actually I said, okay, here, okay, cover the right here. What type of critical engagement are demonstrated by students in peer responses? I develop an instrument to, kind of define several type of critical engagement part. And I'm sorry about other voices because my sons are just playing his piano. Yeah, it is his free time. Yeah, and it's very unique person. He has ADHD. So sorry for if there is some, screaming or something. Yeah. Okay. What type of emotional engagement are evident in student response, and how do students integrate critical and emotional elements? Uh, so, like, what are the pedagogical implications for fostering critical and emotional literacy in ER? So this is my 4 research question for this study. Okay, and then I think, yeah, this is the theoretical framework. focus on interpretative, evaluative, and emotional and reflective reading. So it's not just reading and everything's stop there. So they have to be able to give some interpretation, so do evaluation, and show some emotional thing, because some of the requirement showing that what do you think about the end, how you would like to change the story, how do you feel about blah blah blah. So some reflection also at the end of the requirement, like what have you learned from the novel, what have you learned, the moral story. But it's not just okay, based on the story we have to become an honest person. We don't have to read anything to say that. Yeah. So what you have to do is, okay, based on the story here, I think that we have to be like that blah blah blah. I don't want to be like Jane in that story who blah blah blah. So they have to be able to relate what they feel, their conclusion with the story inside the novel. They have to mention the person, the situation, why they come with that conclusion. So that's the evidence. Yeah. Of course, with the AI here, yeah, everything, yeah, can be made up, but just try to have positive thinking to our students. Yeah, there's nothing we can do about it. Yeah. Okay, so this is some of the theory here. Of course, from Paul and Elders, and then Bloom revised taxonomy. And this is a very old one, but yeah, even though I found several latest one, the newer one about the reader response theory, but they go back to Rosenblatt's, so I just took from her directly. Okay, the method is, this is a qualitative content analysis, so I only took their responses. Okay, this has happened in video presentation. So not all presentation happen in the classroom. Sometimes we do it in, using Facebook group, and in the Facebook group, they will have to upload their video presentation. So below that video presentation, they have to answer the question. I will show you later. I think I have put it here also. Yeah. So this is qualitative. The participant is undergrad EFL students. Well, actually, I plan to have the whole classes, but at the end I said, oh my God, that thousands. Yeah. So, okay, I have to limit it only to 30% selected peer response comment rather than, have thousand, because is it freeze? Everything's okay? Because just now it's freezing. Okay. Yeah, so the platform use close Facebook group for storytelling video responses. Each year that my students will create a Facebook group for extensive reading classes. So I have a lot of extensive reading classes groups. Okay, yeah. And then instrument coded using engagement matrix, critical, emotional, integrated. So let's see the findings here. Okay, this is the example of our group. Yeah, this is 2022. Well, I have 23. Well, it started from 2009 actually. Yeah. Yes, because I started my extensive reading class in 2009. At that time, Facebook is very new. Yeah, but so I use Facebook as a learning platform from long, long, long time ago, and the group is still there. Yeah. Okay. So this is the instruction from the person in charge in each class. So this is from class A. This is a thread for class 4A. Drop your link of article summary, or sometime your presentation, or sometime YouTube link, whatever. So below that, I don't know whether you can see that. There is a kind of comment stated how many comments there. If this is from YouTube, it's only based on the number of students in that class. Yeah. Okay. However, if this is video presentation that become the replacement from our presentation in the classroom, as you can see, how many comments there? 393 comment. Why? Because in this post, there will be about 10 students who will upload their video based on the assignment. So they will, each students must watch the video and give kind of, trace. Yeah. But the trace is not, oh, you have a very good presentation, I like your video, oh, you have a very good. No, you have to show us whether you really watch that video or not. So the comment is not a simple saying thank you or good, but they have to, like left something based on the presentation. Yeah. And they just find to do this because they do it at home anyway. Yeah, so it didn't take a lot of time to do that. So you can imagine if there's 10 videos and there are 30 students in the classroom, and each video will have 30 comments, and sometimes 3 to 5 of them are questions that should be answered by the presenters. So, yeah, I have to read them all because I have to score them. Yeah. Yeah. Luckily I can read fast. Yeah. So you have to, and sometimes they just, wow, Miss Nida give comment too to my comment. So she really read. Well, actually I do it randomly, but they don't have to know. Yeah. Okay. That's just strategy to show that, to show them that we do our part too. Okay, this is the example of the video, but this is only the screenshot. The video later will be there, yeah. So yeah, this is what is it? The comment. Uh, yeah. So like this here. Hi Mira, thanks for response. Okay, so that's the presenters. Hi Vivit, what a good presentation. I love the way you tell stories, so detail, etc., etc. So you just this person only give comment, not asking questions. Yeah, but she has to show that she watched the presentation. So the comment is not, very simple. Oh, that's a good presentation. No. Yeah. Can you read this? I think because this is in Zoom, so you can zoom it out. Yeah. Okay. So, and then this is another one. Yeah. Okay. Uh, with a lot of emoticon there. Yeah. Crying, happy or something. Yeah. So, to show some emotional thing here. What is the sad? I'm really sad when you explained to us that Alexis want to stop her chemotherapy, and to be honest, in our opinion, blah blah blah. So, kind of interaction happened here. And this is a very deep interaction. Yeah, it showed that how the audience feel about the story. So it showed that they really watch it, they can feel it, and they can share what they thought about the story. And it's just okay. From here, yeah, I took this comment and then I analyze it based on based on the instrument here. So there are two here: emotional engagement and then critical engagement. So yeah, uh, I'm working on the article about this. So yeah, I hope it can be published soon because it takes time to have the ethical clearance pass here. Yeah, so yeah, the instrument will be there. So where does this code come from? It will be there. Yeah, well, actually, they come from Rosenblatt. Yeah. So yeah, this is uh uh is my cursor there? Can you see the cursor?
Yes.
Because sometimes my students said, yeah, they do not know which one that I try to open out. Okay, so yeah, this is one of the analysis from the comment. Yeah. Okay. And below here, yeah, okay. You can see the table there. That's the instrument, the observation, yeah, for the analysis of the comment here. Okay. Yeah. On it. Then key findings here. So based on the analysis, okay, we have emotional reaction, empathy. The most we have here, that we can find is emotional reactions. Yeah, seeing most of our students are female, yeah, they are quite expressive, in stating their feeling about the story. And sometimes the story is quite, like, they really want to, yeah. So, some of the reaction is quite interesting. Yeah. Okay. I feel she didn't deserve that kind of treatment, so they can feel kind of empathy, not just sympathy, but they can feel the empathy too. Yeah, so it's really I really appreciate what they do about this because uh, yeah, that's really good to have that kind of reaction from our friends when we have a presentation. And about the critical engagement here, mostly the interpretation and then aesthetic appreciation, but quite critical. Yeah. Okay. Example, Elizabeth didn't want to marry Mr. Collins because she valued all of her status. So uh, this is only common actually when, do you remember what story is this maybe? From what story?
Pride and Prejudice.
Yay! I wish I could send you something. So, yeah, this is Pride and Prejudice. Yeah, that's one of my favorite story, and it seems that my student love that story too. Okay, and then yeah, this one is another one. Yeah. I love the story. You deliver very good at pronunciation intonation. So that's kind of appreciation. I know that this kind of story must have sad ending, kind of, judgment or something like that. I say this woman, even though blah blah blah. This is only comment, not question yet. Uh, I try to make other research about question delivered by the student because it has a longer one. So I think, okay, I separate that in another article. Then. So this is just a comment, not question yet. Yeah, we have questions too. And sometimes the question is quite long because, they try to argue yeah, with their opinion. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, integrated engagement. Yeah, mostly this is emotion leading to critics. So they show the emotion first and then they give critic about the story, not about the presentation, but the story. Yeah, so they show their feeling, the empathy feeling, or the symptoms, anything, even they said or angry sometimes or jealousy, they can show it to them. Yeah, the full integration is not very much, but that's okay. So I was shocked when she ran away, but I understand her decision. Yeah, so it starts from, oh, and then, okay. Yeah, because he has no freedom. So, yeah. Okay. Now, cumulative comparative comparison here. Yeah, so critical the critical one is the most one, and then emotional engagement, and then integrated, of course. Yeah. So student excel interpretation and empathy, but lack textual grounding and analytical depth. So sometimes they only stated their feeling. Not all of them give the background. What I mean by background or framework here is, uh, before or after they stated their feeling, they will give the reason by showing their understanding about the story, like repeating what the presenter stated. Yeah, peer response foster authentic connection with content and characteristics. So it's yeah, to show that they really watch the video. Integration remains underdeveloped. Students need help to bridge thinking and feeling, but I think it can come up later because anyway, English is not our main language here. So sometimes they need, they said that I have to watch 2 times to really understand the story, and they consider they prefer, in video form rather in class, because in class, you know the presenters only present once at a time, but in video they can, rewatch it several times before they give good question or give good comment, and they're okay with that. They said, we having fun, miss. Yeah. Okay. And this is the relation to literature here. What is it? Yeah. So I think we can confirm that value of ER and put feedback for reflective reading, and then highlights a gap in combining. So how this ER, what we are doing here is related to several other theory. So limitation and implication. The sample is quite small. Well, I have a lot of data, but I cannot come with all the data. It's too many, really, really too many. I have 3 classes, and each classes have more than 30 students. Yeah, and so you can imagine. Yeah, focus on written, not oral responses. I tried to do it for oral responses, but that's mean I have to record it, because that's quite interesting to see whether our students really can grasp the story if they are being told only once in the classrooms. So where so far they're quite okay, but to do some research about it, that would be quite interesting too. So maybe I will do it in this semester if there is a chance to do it, because this semester we have extensive reading. The implication, ER pedagogy should include scaffolding for blended reactions. So, and then activities, reflection prompts, comparative tasks, and collaborative questioning. So I think that we cannot, uh, well, of course, there are so many types of ER. Yeah, this is only one type of ER that will be based on the need, the purpose, the situation, and also the interpretation and also the occasion. Because in my cases, ER is a standalone program. This is a course that part of the syllabus. So I'm quite free to design the program that require the students' assignments, because at the end of the course, I have to present the score for them. So I have to give them some assignment. Uh, so we cannot say that this is not really R, they are not really R. So ER is, I believe ER have a very wide interpretation that's depend on the situation, and of course depend on the intention, the purpose of the ER itself. So I just say that this ER quite different from other ER, because it has some several students. I remember, sorry, it's jumping here and there. I remember when Rob came to my campus and said that you give them authentic materials. Yes, because we cannot give them the translated version, and we do not give them graded reader because this is university student. But I give graded reader to other department. So yes, yeah, this is quite different because this is English education department. But for other department, we give them, a lower materials. Yeah. Okay. Conclusion. Future studies should explore how explicit instruction foster integrative engagement if there's a chance for that, and then students engage critically and emotionally but struggle to integrate both. Peer feedback can develop both cognitive and affective literacy when structured well. And eh, where did I put that video? I forgot. Okay, so I think that's it from me. Thank you very much. Feedbacks are welcome.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Yeah, so thank you very much. Any questions? We didn't get any questions in the chat, so please feel free to ask questions. Can I
Yeah,
start?
yeah, you should. Go
Oh,
ahead.
sure. Thank you. And I wanted to know how many times students have to make this presentation. Do they do it every week? And which kind of books that they have to choose, they have to read?
Okay, thank you for the question, Noriko. Well, in one semester, the student they have a 5 time presentation in different materials for different materials. So this presentation is part of the final test. So we don't have any midterm test, we don't have final test. So all those activity are part of the score. So this presentation are their final test. So since they have 5 times, yeah, 5 times. Mean they can, I always encourage them, if you think that your first presentation is not good, you still have 4 times to, to do better. So for the novel itself, for novel presentation is they have to do it 2 times in a classroom. One of them maybe in video in the, in the, for to be uploaded in, what is it, Facebook. But there is another one video that should be uploaded in YouTube. I think I have sent Rob several example of the YouTube presentations from our students. Yeah, so it is open for everybody can watch them. Yeah. And the other two presentation are based on textbooks. So it seems like, they promoting a textbook. Yeah. They're promoting textbook. And another one is for articles. So there are three materials that should be read by them. The first one is novel, and then textbooks, and then articles. So all in all, we have quite a lot of materials because they do nothing, just read. In one semester, we do not give any, additional material that should be tested, or no, it's just read and then present. For the novel, they have to write novel review rather than summary. For textbooks, they have to read. They have to read two biography. Uh, I come up with the idea about. I like to see how those biography reading can change their feeling, personal development, something. Because when I read their assignments, wow, so many enlightenment. Yeah, that's really good. But I already give them the uh instruments. They have I have the consensus, so I just need time to do and do the research. Yeah. Okay, so
Okay, thank you.
yeah.
All 30 students will do 5 presentations, and you have to do all the marking and reading.
Well,
Hard job.
yeah, exactly. No, Rika, it's like this. So when students say that, Miss, there are a lot we have to read. Well, they have to read 200 novel. Sorry, novel. The page of novel is 200 minimum. But if they reach 400, that will be counted as two novels. So I do not violate anything here. And
Mm.
yes, thank you for Kimberly. Yes, I will do that. Yeah. Oh,
Mhm.
thank you here.
Can I just chip in here? Can I just chip in here for a second? I've
Yeah.
known Nida. How long have we known each other? About 8 years or something, right?
Oh,
Eight, nine.
since Dubai, I don't remember
Oh,
what
that's right.
what.
Okay, well, that way back, 2015. Okay. So one thing I've always been impressed by Nida is the fact that she's just so enthusiastic. I just go and go and go and go and go and go with extensive reading. So it's great. We need more of you, Nida, please.
Say it again.
I said we need more people like you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
For those of you who don't know, Nida's very much involved with the Teflon conference later in the year. And if you could tell us a little bit about that and what's happening with the extensive reading emphasis that we're having for the conference this year. Could you talk to us about Teflon?
Oh, okay. Thank you, Rob, for the chance. Borrowing this forum. Yeah. We are going to have our Teflon conference in 2026. Yeah. 26, right? Okay, yeah. It will be held in my campus, State Islamic University, Jakarta, in October. So far we have already, so like more than 50 abstracts. We're still accepting right now. Uh, I haven't sent you all yet. Oh, well, I will send it later, the flyers. So I really wish that you can come. So this Teflon is like, Teflon is Teachers of English as Foreign Language Indonesia is a very old organization, even older than our teachers organization, PGRI, Persatuan Guru Republik Indonesia. That's a very old teachers organization, but Teflon is older than that. Yeah. So there will be this is the 70 something, I forgot. So can you see that's very old one, much older than I am. Yeah. So it's already there
Mm,
before I was born.
mm, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So
it's
there's an
annual.
extensive readings there's an extensive reading strand there too, right? There's quite a few people presenting on extensive reading. I'm going
Yes,
to be
yes.
there.
Yeah.
Maybe Paul Goldberg's
Paul,
going. Maybe
yes,
Greg.
yes.
Greg is
Uh-uh.
going. Greg
Uh,
Ruolt. Maybe some of you, if you want a trip down to Jakarta in October.
yes, please. I'll be happy to welcome you all. Yeah, so yes, Jakarta is very famous for its crowded things, especially in my university. This is very famous for its traffic.
Yes.
Even when even when I was in elementary, it's already very famous for its traffic. So when you
Mm,
come here and you didn't see any traffic, maybe you were in the wrong area.
mm. But for many years, I think it was the biggest city in the world, right? It's now what,
Really?
second biggest city in the world in terms of population, 35, 38 million, something like that.
Yeah, I guess
It's
so.
huge.
Yeah, but yeah, that's it. That's my city. Just enjoy
Mhm.
it.
So I think is Willie Renanja going to come? Is he going to be there? Is Willie
Say it again.
coming? Do you know? Is Willie coming to the conference?
Not so sure. I haven't received any
Okay.
news about him because somebody else will, contact him.
Okay.
My responsibility is contact you.
All right. So, any other people question to Nida about her presentation or about Teflon?
I just wanted to know a little bit more about what kind of reading materials the students are using. Do you have a paper library? Is it ebooks? Are they native level books, leveled readers, graded readers? What kind of materials are they using?
Oh, thank you for the question, Sandra. So, well, you know what? At the very beginning of our reading situation here, we don't have this kind of material yet. So uh, at that time, I I like reading myself. So I have some novel collection. So I just dropped them to my department. So it started with my collection. So and then we start like collecting money from the faculty one time only at that time. Yeah, and then we hunting the books in what is it? So it's like second books. Yeah, but in still, still acceptable condition. Yeah. So that we start with that. And then we create our own reading corner. We call it English corner. So we create our own library because we cannot put them in faculty library because we have a very specific requirement for them. So we have our own librarian there, the volunteer. So it's in like the student from the student from the student. So I don't even remember how many years already passed by. So how many head of department there in my library, not in our library at the time. So in reading corner, now we have about 500 novels, which is actually is not enough because I have 4 classes now, and his classes have more than 35 students. So okay, why I have to put them in the library rather than let them to choose any novel, because once at the very beginning of the extensive reading, we do not limit the reading material. And what happened at the time, one novel be read by 3 classes and they have the same results. So I don't know who's cheating from whom. So but I understand the situation at the time. We don't have enough resources. So until we have, so that's why we try to control that by one title can be read by only about 4% and then 5% until I can see, oh, okay, the cheating probability is getting lower and lower because of this critical thinking requirement there. So it's like whether even though the novel can be read by 5%, it doesn't mean that all those 5% will have the same reaction or the same answer. And I do also some research about it, yeah, to see cheating probability within the extensive reading assignment, and it seems that it's only less than 5% can be found cheating. That's not really cheating actually. That's because they give the complete answer. So this is after that, because of the COVID, so they cannot go to campus to borrow the book. So I open it so they can read the e-novel or something like that. So well, I don't know. That's okay. I think just accept that situation. So the class still gone, still gone, and then yeah, and after that, when the COVID is over and we come back to campus, so yeah, we start our reading library again. So yes, we have our own library.
So they're novels, mostly native level novels, is what you
Yes,
have. But you mentioned
yes.
biographies as well. So I guess you have fiction titles in there as well. I mean, non-fiction titles in there as well.
Yes, yes. We have textbooks material too, so they have to read Noonan's book, Jeremy Harmer's book, anything related to English Education Department book. So they have to read that one, and the requirement for that is SQTR, but the simplified one. Simplified one. If the novel, they have to write novel review. For the textbooks, they have to write simplified SQTR. So instead of 5 steps, they only drew 3 steps for that. And for the biography, it's like, they have their own specific. I, create so many way to help them, to show them that uh, it can be done. So, the most important thing is actually encourage them and motivating them and tell them you can do it. I believe you can do it. I always say that. I believe you can do it. And don't worry about it. And when you feel that you're overwhelmed by this, talk to me. And, there is no need to burn out yourself. So sometimes, yeah, it can be backfire if you do not give them kind of encouragement. So based on extensive reading, what is it? Principle? You have to stop reading when you think that you are not interested to do so. So just choose the novel that you think that you like it. So 5 pages, and then you think, I'm not interested. Stop it, change it. So something like that. I hope
Okay.
that answered the question.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yes.
Could I just chip in for a second there? I just put a link in. If you want to click through on the YouTube things, you can see what some of Nida's students are like. This is your video book reviews, Nida. Do you remember? You shared this with me, 8, 9 years ago. And some of the
Okay.
students there, they're just amazing. So this is why they can
Thank
deal
you.
with native level novels. So,
Yeah.
I was quite surprised when Nida said that she's using native novels. I'm like, what? Because I'm thinking typical students in Indonesia. But when you look at some of the videos of what she's got, there's people she's working with. It's, I can see why you're doing it. Yeah. Do have a look if you get a moment.
On behalf of my students, thank you, Rob.
Pleasure. Are you still doing the book reviews?
Say it again?
Are you still doing book reviews, video book reviews?
Oh, yes, of course.
Hmm.
Yes, of course. Well, last semester I think my subject is research method, but the year before is no, I have a extensive reading again.
Hmm.
So I add focus group discussion.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's really yeah. It start from last year, from the last year of extensive reading class, and they really enjoy it. Sometimes, like having war with their friend because they try to argue about their opinion about the novel. So it's really interesting. Maybe one day I can show you the video of their discussion. So I chose at that time is Jane Austen novels because that's very interesting. And so I choose about 6 of the titles. Each group will have about 6 to 7 students. Each group will have different novel title, and then they have to discuss it. And after that, we have cross title discussion too, to see what do you think about Jane Austen's writing, something like that. And that's very interesting, and they really like it, and they keep waiting for that. But we have only 2 times for that. This year we will have Daniel Steele and John Grisham. Paul.
If the students cannot finish reading on their own, or if they have difficulty reading books like Daniel Steele, is there any aids that you give to the students so that they can finish reading?
Uh,
Or
Sorry.
can they just quit reading and choose a different book?
Oh, sorry. I didn't catch your question
Oh,
really.
so because you mentioned like regular, like unsimplified novels, if the students have difficulty reading through, do you give any aids, or can they just change the book to a simplified version?
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Um, it's like this. So they're free to choose any novel they like. So the first time, I always suggest them to, as I mentioned before, to read about 3 to 5 pages. If they think the book is too difficult, the story is not interesting, and anything that discourages them to read, so just stop it and change to other novel. So there is no specific, you have to read this. No, no, no. Yeah, because the range of the title is quite a lot, and sometimes they also read the novel that has been filmed. But I always give them some warning because if the novel already being filmed, That's mean I already read the novel too. Yeah, sometimes, yeah, my, in Bahasa Indonesia we call it iseng. Yeah, I will ask questions. So I said, like in Harry Potter, in the film, it's different with in the novel. Yeah, the one who tell about the Chamber of Secret in the movie is McGonagall, while in the story is Professor Binns. So sometimes I just want to cross check whether they really read the novel or just watch the movie. Yeah, we have to do that.
Okay, thank
Mm.
you. Is it, what are some of the popular books among your students?
Well, so far, uh, Daniel Steele's, Mary Higgins Clark, of course, Jane Austen's, and what's that? I forgot the name. The name is Collins, something Collins. I forgot. Jane Collins. Yeah, Sydney Sheldon, of course. Yeah. Sydney Sheldon is.
Quite difficult and long is my
Yeah,
impression.
but they are English education department. So I always say that even though my English maybe is not very good, but you have to be better than I am because you will teach this language. That's mean, yeah, it should be second nature to you. You can if I ask you to do the same with any other department. So what's the difference between you and any other department students? You have to teach them.
Wow, it's really amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, they really are quite fluent. When I talk to some of them, they just like no problem whatsoever.
Wow, it's great. I haven't watched the movies that Rob just gave us the link. So how long is the presentation for each student? The ones
Uh,
that they upload.
Okay, if it is in class, they only have about 5 minutes presentation, 5 to 7. But if it's in video, is 10 minutes. But if it is text, what is it? Articles, it's about 15 minutes. But for novel, it's about 10 minutes. Time is also part of the scoring.
I can tell that your students are quite high level because they can do a 15-minute presentation for an article. Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, thank you. Just encourage them. You can do it.
I think there's one comment in the chat there from Chris asking how do students choose the next book they want
Oh
to
yeah.
read?
Oh, how do students choose the next book they want to read? You mean they have to read about 10 novels? Well, they're free to do so. So, in extensive reading, yeah, they're free to choose any novel they like. So sometimes I think we also have Harold Robbins there. But after reading that, some students say, this is blah blah blah, the story is blah blah blah. I said, okay, I will. That's an accident.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, Rob.
Nita, can I ask, do you do buddy reading where two students read the same book? I wonder whether their discussion might be much deeper if they've both shared the same information. This is something that Paul always is suggesting, that, buddy reading where they share the same book. Because Paul says that if you're just listening to what somebody's talking about a book you've not read, then, it's not going to help that much. So, do you do buddy reading?
I'm not so sure that I understand what buddy reading mean here, but
It's
they
two
have
two students with the same book. Two students read the same book at the same time. So, for
at
example,
the
you've
same
got one
time.
book. Yeah. So, for example, somebody would read it and then they would hand it to their friend and they would read it, or you read the first half and then share it and then read the second half and share it, or have two copies of the same book.
I think we have that kind like for our focus group discussion because they read the same novel. Yeah, and 6 students read the same novel, and they have to share. Of course, and when we're sharing, I have to prepare the trigger question, the trigger statement that can make them kind of doing the interaction about the novel itself, including some question about it. to make sure they really have to read it. Of course, yes, we trust our student, but it doesn't mean we blindly trust them. Yeah, we have to create some strategy. Yeah, yeah, just a show off thing, like when they're doing the discussion. It's a very crowded because there are 6 group in the classroom, and it's impossible for me to pay attention for each group. So what I do there is each group must prepare kind of a video recording. So they have to video recording each of that's why I can send you the recording, but it's very, a big size. Yeah. So the video recording. So I said that I will supervise you through that video. I will say that. So they really do the presentation. Sorry, the discussion properly. Yeah. Um, because they think that I will watch their video. Yes, I did, but not all of them, of course, because there are a lot of videos.
Hey, any other questions from the audiences? Go ahead.
Paul, perhaps you could get Benjamin to help you.
I'm not usually on my phone with Zoom. Sorry about that. I'm sorry if I missed the beginning. What are your students' majors?
English education department.
Okay.
So,
Okay. That's I understand because I used to teach English education majors, and yeah, I understand now that they're high level and high motivation. That makes sense. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, although yeah, thanks. Thank you very much. Sorry
Thank
to
you.
join late.
Thank you. It's all right. Hi, little one.
Hello?
Okay.
Well, I still have your book here.
Oh,
Thank you for giving it to me in Hokkaido.
yeah. I still have to do some revision about it.
Paul, you beat me to it. I was just looking for that as well.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
just going to share the link with you guys. You should talk to us about your book, Nida, the one that you wrote on extensive reading, yeah? I'll put the link into the chat for you. There's a Google Book version.
Say it again. Oh, yeah.
Could you just tell us about
Yeah.
what's in your book so that people can read it if they choose to?
Well, yeah, this book actually, the framework or the draft of this book, started in 2010 after, teaching about 2 times of extensive reading course. So I think that, but at the time, I have no idea about how to put all this idea into a book. So I just, write the scratches about it. So yeah, and then the inside part is actually, I will not say this is the best book for extensive reading, but some of idea maybe how to conduct extensive reading can come from this book because there are also some of example, like if you have kind of elementary school or junior high school and what type of extensive reading you want to conduct, whether this is the extensive reading that need to be embedded in the classroom or something like that. So yeah, how to say what is I don't know.
Mhm.
Well, this is something that, yeah, of course, there is not need a lot of uh, revision in some part because uh, when I come here, oh, I can add that part. Oh, I can this one. I add something like so. But I like the part that showing some kind of practice about extensive
Mhm.
reading.
So is it more for researchers or for teachers?
Oh, well, actually, for teacher, for anyone who wants to,
Good.
you're enthusiast in extensive reading, because it can give you kind of, uh, later on there will be. I think I also mentioned some about X reading also there, some example of graded readers there. So it's like can come of my real situation, my real thought about what extensive reading that I really hope one day it will be like what. So,
So your book is for teachers who want to conduct extensive reading in their classrooms.
To some extent, yes, specifically for that, but this is for anyone who are interested in extensive reading and who want to conduct extensive reading, because extensive reading is, I will not say this is will be limited only in a classroom situation only. Yeah, if you come up with your friends and having fun and reading together, reading club is the part of extensive reading actually.
I agree. But I also get a lot of questions from high school teachers who want to start an extensive reading in their classrooms or in their curriculum. In Japan, there's too much exams that it's quite difficult to conduct one. So yeah, I can introduce your book to those teachers.
Oh, thank you. Yes, Chris, that's what I do. Just I'm showing off that I read that I listen to them, but actually, okay. But
Great. So any other questions? Shall we stop the recording then? Okay, so thank you, Nida, and we'll stop the recording here.
okay, thank you, Noriko.
Thank
Thank you, everyone.
you.
Sandra, Rob, Paul, Kimberly, and Chris.